Alright, so I wanted to make a quick video on how to properly scale your UIs in Roblox. So if you've ever had this issue where you're making your UIs in game and they look fine. They're right where you want them to be, and then you actually go to play Roblox on the Roblox player, not on Studio, but the player. All of a sudden your UIs are all over the place, they're overlapping, etc. Like it could be anything. So what we're going to want to do for an example is go over to starter GUI, insert an object, insert a screen GUI, and then under that we'll just insert a frame. This could be a text button, text label, text box, image button, anything really. Anything with a size and position value. So let's just scale this up real quick. Oops, scale this up like this, maybe make it a bit larger, and put it right here in the center. There we go. So now it's centered on my screen. If I go to play it, however, you'll see it kind of moved down a bit and it's not exactly where I put it at. And a better way to see this is if you go to test and then device, you can actually switch it to iPhone 4S, iPhone 6 Plus. It could be a Samsung, Xiaomi, Redmi, Note 9, something random. But you can see the UI just is not at all in the right area. I mean, it's shifted to the right. Some of it's cut off. It's too far low compared to the Y value. So let's switch it back to my device for now. And under the properties of this frame, you want to open the property window real quick. If you didn't do that yet, just go to view and properties. In this filter properties thing, you want to look at three main things. First off, let's do anchor point. If I was you, I would always set this to 0.5 comma 0.5, and pay attention right up here on the left. You see this shaded area. Once I press enter on this, it's now down here in the middle. So that's like the heart of the UI. That's where it all stems from. So I'm not gonna go too much over that. You can kind of just figure it out maybe more later. But if I was you, I would always set the anchor point right to the middle, because this will also affect your scaling. It'll affect which direction it scales, everything. So there's two things after that we want to pay attention to in the position and the size values. So let me go back to position real quick. I'll just say the position is fine. That position is set to a scale and offset value, just a scale value, sorry, but it has a scale and offset value, and I'll go over that once I get to the size. But 0.5, 0.5, it's the same as our anchor. That's basically halfway in this, it's the middle of the screen. So now let's go over to, let's do size. And you can see that my X and Y values for size is set to offset. And offset is a pixel value. So you can see actually down here, it's 1,321 for the X value, 799 for the Y value, which is exactly what we have in here. And this is the main issue. Say you have, in this case, I have a 2560 by 1440p monitor. If somebody's playing on 1920 by 1080p, it is going to look bad. If anybody is playing on a phone, tablet, anything else, anything other than my resolution, it's not going to look right. And even on my resolution, it won't look right when I go into Roblox, because you have things like the Explorer window or the all this up here, your managers, you have your output, etc. So there's something really simple that you can do to fix this instead of looking it up online or doing the math for this. You can just go to view and then go to toolbox, open up your toolbox, go to the plugins right here and search for auto scale light. And you'll see this pops up. You just want to download that real quick. I can't download it because I already have it, but once you have downloaded it, it should go to your plugins up here at the top, and you'll see right here, auto scale light. You have add a constraint, unit conversion, and scale text. In this case, we're looking at unit conversion. So just press that to open it, and you'll see there is the scale, offset, scale, offset. Like I said, we do not want to use offset ever. I don't know when you would ever want to use offset. It's just really bad to use. Scale will automatically scale it down for any device and make it playable on mobile or computer or tablet, anything. It'll look good on any device. So what we're going to want to do is press scale on position. In this case, it doesn't matter because mine was already set to scale, but you should always just do it anyways. And then scale for size. On my screen, it looks like nothing changed, but if you look over here, offset for x and y is set to 0 now, but the scale is a decimal value. Scale cannot go above 1, it cannot go under 0. It basically it's not a pixel value anymore, but what I believe it does is actually scales the like it scales the size on any different console. So now if I went over to test and I pressed on a device, you can see on the Xiaomi Redmi Note, sorry, looks good now. On the Galaxy, it looks good. iPhone 5, we can go back in history, iPhone 4S. On anything, it'll scale correctly, and it's actually centered now. So, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Like you can do this for what is it called? Anything like a frame, a text label, anything. And one other thing that I want to go over is this is something really specific, and I couldn't find any fix for it online. I just had to mess around with it myself until I found it. So this is a little game that I was making, and let me just go over here so you can see a little better. If I have this shop GUI here, and I have a scrolling frame. On my right now it's invisible because I have this set to disabled, the shop GUI, but I'll explain that in a second. It looks like it's up here, but really it should be kind of in the center in the screen and also larger. So I have some sort of script where if you walk into a certain zone, the shop window pops up, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to worry about that right now. But if you ever have this problem where you want to maybe change it up and it looks different in game than it actually does on your Explorer, just try and go over to your actual screen GUI. In this case, it's shop GUI. Turn enabled on and then turn it right back off if you need to. And you can see this is what it actually should look like. And now once it's back to disabled, which it was before, it's magically in the right spot. So I don't know what this is. I have this with only certain screen GUIs that I have, but also it only affects the ones that are disabled and enabled by a script. So yeah, that's it for the video. This is my first video in Roblox Studio. This is also the first game that I'm trying to make. I've been going at it for a while now. If you have any sort of other questions, just feel free to leave that in the comment section. Or if you want different types of videos, let me know. As I said, I'm still really new to this stuff, so I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about certain things as well. I still have a ton to learn. I really want to focus on scripting now too, but yeah, that's about it for this video. Maybe I'll keep making some more. We'll see.